Vikings Hearing Aid Center at 322 North Michigan Street in downtown Louisville, or call them at 936-8878.
Well, the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Tournament brought to you in part by Bowen Printing, where service, smiles, and custom creations are what we specialize in since 1943. Call Dawn at Bowen Printing for all of your promotional needs. Coach Eckerman had the marker on the board out, Evan. What was he talking about?
Well, Tony, Coach Eckerman was telling his girls that on defense they got to stay patient, just make LaVille work, and sooner or later they'll make a bad pass.
All right, they always say patience is a virtue. It's kind of proven that to be the case in this first half. 14-2, Triton with the lead. Atkins dumps it to the corner. Here's Hepler for three. That's long, and a rebound put back too hard for Beers. She got it back and scores and draws the foul. Good rebound put back by Abby Beers. Her 15th start tonight. Good screener, good jump shooter. She can be pretty lethal, 10 feet in, and she got an offensive put back and score, and an and one coming her way on this last play. Shirt comes out, and in is Allison Metters. So to the free throw line is Abby Veers, where she is 56% on the season. She will knock that free throw down. So the and one makes it 17-2. Triton with the lead. 2:30 left to go in the first half. Gonzalez attacks the top of the key. Work to the right side of Fox. Maddie is fouled on a pass attempt. The one who went to go for the steal, Taryn Yates, also went down on the play. Clock stops at 2:22 on that Yates foul. That's her first. Each team now with 7 fouls. So free throw shooting the rest of this first half for both teams. Maddie Fox is the shooter, and she's at 40% on the year. This is only her 11th try at the free throw line this season. She's going to knock that down. That's her 5th make. 17-3. Second free throw coming as Maddie lets it go, and that is good. Maddie Fox, 3 of 22 shooting in her last 5 games, knocks that free throw down. 17-4 the score. So Triton back on the offense. It's going to be Yates to the near side with Beers. Alexa gets it back to Taryn Yates. Threaded the needle for paint pass, and that got intercepted. Good steal by Fox, and now LaVille off the turnover, works the offense. Cox drives the left baseline, goes against 2 players. Baseline jumper hits the front of the rim, no good. And the rebound, Taryn Yates. She'll push it up the court. Stop, needs help with a bad pass. Veers goes to save, but cannot. Turnover, Lady Trojans. Coach Eckerman telling his ladies to slow it down a little bit, which was one of our keys. Triton can't afford to come out of the gate and just come out uncontrolled. But they have little spurts like that, which it has resulted in what we just saw a little bit ago for those of us watching on the LVH1 broadcast. Unforced turnovers. LaVille has Metters finding Gonzalez near the back volleyball line.
Lancers still looking for their first made shot from the field, Tony.
Won't get on this possession as the pass goes over Cassie Watt's head, and that is out of bounds. Turnover Lancers. So the Triton girls will go right to left on your radio dial. It'll be handled by Atkins. So now to Yates, to Atkins. Those 2 play catch out high. Into the corner goes Hepler. Quickly down low to Veers. Turns, fires. Couldn't bank it in. And the rebound tipped loose. Yates chases and gets it. So with the save, it's now to Atkins. Back to Yates. Looks at the shot, or looks at the clock, which is down to a minute. Now to Hepler for 3. And that's going to be short from the near wing. LaVille got a good box out by Metters, who takes the rebound and lets Gonzalez lead the pack. Now to Katz. Cassie Watts able to find Fox on the right wing side. Fox gets by 1 defender. Had her pass deflected out high. Stolen away by Hepler. Outletted to Hates. It deflected off of her. She dives on the floor to save it. It's now 3 players on the ground. And a 4th comes in for a grab at the ball. And the whistle sounds jump ball. And possession will go to LaVille. Now we've seen some really good quality minutes of effort here by these 2 teams. It's just the execution part has been a little lapse.
Another score for our listeners. Argus out to a 26-12 halftime lead over New Prairie.
We got a turnover here by Triton, or was it off LaVille? LaVille ended up turning it over, and a whistle sounds. Timeout called here by Triton. So the clock stops at 23.6 seconds left here in the second quarter. We'll keep it here. 17-4 the score. Triton with the lead. Today's game also brought to you in part by Oliver Ford Lincoln. Over 63 years of serving Marshall County, we tip our hat to you. Tonight's tip-off brought to you by Energy Efficient Roofing in Plymouth, the waterproofing specialist, roof the best or leak like the rest. Also by Belmar BP Gas Stations. This time out brought to you by Belmar BP Gas Stations of Plymouth, Bremen, Lakeville, and Bourbon. 17-4, Triton with the lead, 23.6 seconds left. We mentioned both of these teams have kind of struggled shooting. The best shooting game this season for LaVille was 42%, where they went 14 of 33 against Glenn. Now they lost that game to the Lady Falcons. And for Triton, their best shooting game was 40% against Elkhart Christian in the win. They were 14 to 35 for 40%. Adam Heckerman, in his 12th year as head coach. Dan Plenninger in his first, and what Dan have to say?
Well, Tony, Coach Plenninger just told his girls they got to buckle down on defense right here, try and go into the half with a little momentum.
Short and sweet to the point. Let's see if his team is able to keep it that way. Here we go with Triton inbound left to the basket here, caught by Taryn Yates. She's got 22 seconds to work the ball. Yates now at 18. Got it to the top to Atkins, 15. Back to Yates, 14. Yates puts the ball down with 12. Yates guarded by Fox, one of the Lady Lancers' best defenders. And a steal by Gonzalez at midcourt, goes for the breakaway layup, caught from behind, and Atkins knocked it out of bounds with 3.1 seconds left, and they're going to say it was last touched by Gonzalez out of bounds. So Triton will have 3 seconds to get down court. The pass finds Yates, dribbles to the timeline, and her pocket picked by Fox, and that's how the first half comes to an end. 17-4, that's your score, as Triton has the lead here at halftime. Brought to you by our good friends at Oliver Ford Lincoln. At Oliver Ford Lincoln, we tip our hat to you. Stay tuned. After this 2-minute break, we get the Oliver Ford Lincoln halftime show going. And for our LVH1 listeners, they're going to have their own halftime show coming up in just a little bit as well. So stay tuned. It's all coming up after this timeout.
Should I get Coach Heckerman?
Yes.
And I'm Rainbow, the secretary of LaVille FFA.
Go get him now.
LaVille FFA stands for, or used to stand for, Future Farmers of America.
But now it doesn't really stand for anything because they're a lot more inclusive than to people that are just farmers. How long have I been in FFA? I have been in FFA for 5 years.
My favorite part of FFA would probably be either the competitions or meeting new people. It's a lot of fun to go out and see new people.
People should join FFA because we do a lot of fun stuff throughout the year. We have parties.
What we usually go do is competitions, and so we go out and we can judge soil, do a forestry contest, which entails like woods and leaves, and then we do dairy judging and leadership contests as well.
My favorite part about National Convention was going to the convention center and seeing all of the colleges and everything, and you get to talk to all of them and learn a lot about their school's agriculture programs.
Some different categories that we do, like I said before, is forestry, entomology, crops, dairy.
We have a dress code because we have to represent our school in our competitions, so making ourselves look representable makes it all go smooth.
Some things I do outside of FFA are football and track, and so it also takes up a lot of your time, but you have to kind of be devoted to FFA.
FFA benefits me because it allows me to make a lot of connections with people from other schools and all across the state and even all across the country. At National Convention, you meet people from literally everywhere, so it's a really good organization to join.
Vikings International to bring you a mobile showroom with the latest carpet technologies and natural or composite materials, all personally designed and professionally installed. A&M, Indiana's top-rated roofing.
Another great one at OD, 33-31.
Call A&M
Morgan
now
Davis.
for a free estimate.
For a free estimate, call 574-807-6187.
Life doesn't come with a financial roadmap. It